All right, guys, Honey Jefe here. It's part two. I just restarting this. What I'm gonna do? It's raining, or it's sprinkle showers, all that stuff. Not a good day for the bees to be messed with. But I don't know when I'll be able to come back out here and do a whole lot with them. So what I'm gonna do? My goal was to move this hive and this hive all on this stand, so it'll just be more uniform. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And it always, I'm always nervous doing this. I think one of my worst incidences that affected my neighbors when I was keeping bees in my house was I just wanted to change the bottom out. So it was a day like today. I didn't smoke them. I was like, this is gonna be so quick. I had my bee suit on, and all I'm gonna do at that event was just pick it up, put it down, kick the bottom box, take the other bottom, or the bottom board, pick the other bottom board, put it over there, and it was just going to be just like that. It was going to be so easy, and it wasn't just like that. And the bees went berserk. Like I said, I did not smoke them. They were flying all around me, and I was doing this before my wife got home, before my mom came over with my stepdad, and before my daughter came over with her boyfriend. So nobody was home, except there was people home next door. My neighbor, rest in peace, Walter, a very dear friend of mine. I miss Walter. He was fine with the bees. He got stung, but I didn't know. So when the bees were all swarming around me, I didn't want to walk out of the fence, because I had to go out to the front and walk around the front yard. I just feel kind of silly, and I'm going to see all these bees and draw attention because I'm right there by the front of the neighborhood. So I was like, I'm going to sit down and just wait it out, wait for these bees to calm down. I'm not getting stung. In my mind, nobody else is here, nobody's getting stung. I mean, literally 15 minutes later, I hear my wife, honey. She's not calling me honey. She ain't calling me Jefe either, but she's saying, Jeff, Jeff. She's screaming. I didn't know she was home. Also did not know that she came in the same time that my stepdad and my mom came home, at the same time that my daughter and her boyfriend came home. I think every male got stung. My wife didn't get stung. My daughter didn't get stung. My mom got popped in the head by the bees a few times as they were running. They had no idea what was going on. And my neighbor got stung. And my neighbor's company got stung, that I found out. So I think about that every time I have to move like a hive. It's not good. All right. So the systematic approach that I want to do is just take off You know what? It's starting to rain. Let me grab a towel. Actually, I'll just use this top. I'm going to cover. I got to use the well, where's my hive tool today? Here we go. I should have did this before I put the supers on. I recognize that now. You hear that rumble? I'm gonna pick this up, put it on top of there. I'm not going to set it flush with there. Give them a second. I think this is going to help with the organization of my apiary, just to not have all these, you know, literally 12 center blocks here. So, front, picked it up here. I think this is the front, I don't know. Oh, but it's heavy. Take the time to make sure that everything is lined as good as you can. All right. Let's look at that for a minute. That's not bad. See those bees over there on the left? Going into that box. So they're not having problems finding that box. All right. So I'm going to kind of take the same approach over there. I'm sorry, over here. So make sure I got a clear pathway. I don't think I need to worry too much about that. A lot of bees there. It's funny, this is hot. Like, you touch it with your hands, Not the smoke, but the thing. But bees crawl all over it. They're not happy. Kind of cover that. Figure the more that I keep them covered, this box feels rotten. It's painted, but this is the front, back. Whew. I know you can't see the larva down in here, but there's larvae down in here. Oh. Slide it over a little bit. Adjust this a little bit. The top boxes are heavier. Top brood boxes. I thought I adjusted everything for that, but maybe that just means the queen's got places to lay in the bottom. Oh. I hope that's what that means. You hear them hitting that? All right. let's do a recap. So, the box on the left, the hive on the left, for this video, I'll say that's number one. That is a, found a queen in there, and they got brood, and it's a nice looking queen. She's got a 2-frame feeder. They all got promoted to the 10-frame box. 2-frame internal feeder inside, so it's 8 frames with the 5 original frames that came in with her in the split. It still had a little bit of work to accomplish. I think they probably could have stayed in that box a little longer, maybe. They had some comb to make, and they had some comb to fill. But I don't know when I'll be out here again. I say that every time because it's true. So she didn't get promoted to a full 10 frames. She got promoted to 8 frames with 2 gallons of sugar water inside. I think she'll do okay. And if I have any Caucasian queens left over, I'll take her. I'll leave her there, but I'll replace these other queens right here with the Caucasian queens. These aren't the priority for the Caucasians because we're not right next door to somebody, even though there is a house right there across the road. So this one found quite a bit of brood up top. Added a honey super. I don't think I think that super is mostly just foundation, 10 frames of foundation. This one on the right, kind of light down here on the bottom. Wasn't always the case. I'm thinking that's where the queen is laying eggs now, I'm hoping. Heavy here, a lot of honey up here. This is frames of comb in a 9-frame setup in a 10-frame box. I moved them all from the back up here onto this stand. I'll slide them over just a little bit so I can make room for, well, I'll worry about that later, but I can make room for another beehive right there. So what else? All those jars in front of this middle frame, this middle beehive, it paid off. I mean, they sucked it all down. So the cardboard box has 2 frames with just a scant amount of comb. I'll add that into the second box when these guys are ready for a second box. They're not ready yet. But I put that box, cardboard box, on top of the new box so the bees that recognize that's where they were living, they'll at least fly to that, and they'll be landing close to their new home, hopefully to help them find their new home a little quicker. They'll go in there and they'll come out. What else? Oh, I got to get a bottom for this. This right here is just a telescoping bottom that I put a piece of board on the hole in the center of the board to keep it solid on the bottom. They're going to get congested right there whenever they start to hatch out all that brood. They're using that notch as an entrance. There's not a landing board there. There's not any kind of anything for them. But they didn't have a landing board in that box, so it's not impossible for a bee to do that. Oh, you see that stump? That stump was next to this when they were living here. Okay, so I'm thinking this is just a little bit of a landmark to kind of help them reorient back to their new home. So that's it, guys. Talked to the Hanson Honey Farms in Georgia. That's where I bought my bees. I'm going to put a link somewhere on some of these videos in the future here. That's where I purchased my Caucasian queens from the incredible state of Georgia. I love Georgia. It's a beautiful state. That and Tennessee and North Carolina, I just can't get enough of those states. So I'm very excited to have these queens. I think that's why my favorite beekeepers, they're all in those areas. And of course, BeFit beekeeping. That's a totally different climate. I couldn't handle it there. But I ramble on. So, where was I going? Oh, I showed the little bee hack. Put some earplugs in your internal feeders, and that way, when you know, in the channels, that way when you're filling it up in a hurry, you can easily identify that you got an inch or two left before you run out of room filling your internal feeders up. Also gives the bees that are climbing down there a place to float, so they don't drown as easily. That's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's been my day. It's been a good day. I'm pretty impressed I was able to pull this off. I'm excited that I was expected to come back with just one hive. All right, guys. Look, man, please, 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 go check out honeyjefe.com, okay? That's my website. It's kind of up there and running now. I'll work out my kinks. I'll get more used to it. I'm working on learning how to do some editing. I'm getting help with ChatGTP. They're helping me make the thumbnails and making the Beekeeper look kind of good looking. It's not me though. It looks kind of like me. But anyway, I'm learning. But go check out honeyjefe.com. That's a honey with a J, like jalapeno, right? So it's honeyjefe.com. That's Jefe. That's Jeff with one F between two E's. That means honey boss. Man, check me out. Have a great one.